Goiás. Goiás, Brazilian Portuguese, ɡojy'as is a state of Brazil, located in the center-west region of the country. The name Goiás, formerly Goyaz, comes from the name of an indigenous community. The original word seems to have been guaiá, a compound of guaiá, meaning the same person or people of the same origin. It borders the federal district and the states of from north clockwise Tocantins, Bahia, Minas Gerais, Mato Grosso do Sul and Mato Grosso. The state has 33% of the Brazilian population and is responsible for 27% of the Brazilian GDP. The most populous state of its region, Goiás, is characterized by a landscape of chapadões plateaus. In the height of the drought season, from June to September, the lack of rain makes the level of the Araguaia River go down and exposes almost 2 kilometers 1.2 miles of beaches, making it the main attraction of the state. At the Emas National Park in the municipality of Mineiros, it is possible to observe the typical fauna and flora from the region. At the Chapada dos Veadeiros, the attractions are the canyons, valleys, rapids, and waterfalls. Other attractions are the historical city of Goyaz or Old Goiás, 132 km 82 mi from Goiânia, established in the beginning of 18th century, and Caldas Novas, with its hot water wells attracting more than 1 million tourists per year. In Brazil's geoeconomic division, Goiás belongs to the Centro-Sul center-south, being the northernmost state of the southern portion of Brazil. Geography. Located in the east of the center-west region, and adjacent to Brazil's southeastern region, Goiás lies on the southern portion of the Brazilian highlands, which are located in the center of the country. It occupies a large plateau, the vast almost level surface of which stands between 750 and 900 m above sea level and forms the divide between three of Brazil's largest river systems. To the south, Goiás is drained by the Paranaíba River, a tributary of the Paraná River. To the east it is drained by tributaries of the São Francisco River, and northward the state is drained by the Araguaia River and the Tocantins River and their tributaries. Other major rivers in the state are the Meia Ponte, Apor, São Marcos, Corumba River, Claro, Maranhão, Paraná, and Preto. None of these rivers is navigable except for short distances by small craft. The state's highest point is Poço Alto, at 1676 meters 5,499 ft above sea level, in the Chapada dos Veadeiros. Goiás is covered with a woodland savanna known in Brazil as Campo Cerrado, although there are still tropical forests along the rivers. This cerrado has been seriously diminished in recent years due to cattle raising and soybean farming, with great loss of animal life and forest cover. The climate of the plateau is tropical. Average monthly temperatures vary from 26°C 79°F in the warmest month to 22°C 72°F in the coldest. The year is divided into a rainy season October-March and a dry season April-September. Average annual rainfall is about 1,700 millimeters 67 in, but this varies due to elevation and microclimate. Some parts of the state, however, have small remnants of tropical Atlantic forest that mostly appears around rivers and valleys. The Great Central West region, consisting of the states of Goiás, Mato Grosso do Sul, and the Federal District, is among the fastest growing regions of Brazil. The population of Goiás state tripled in size in the period from 1950 to 1980 and is still growing very quickly. However, outside the Federal District and the Goiânia metropolitan region, with a population of over 1 million, most of Goiás is very thinly populated. The chief concentration of settlement is in the southeast, in the area of Goiânia and Aparecida de Goiânia, across the border from Minas Gerais, Catalão, Rio Verde, Jataí, and Caldas Novas, and around the Federal District Formosa, Planaltina de Goiás, and Lusiânia. History. The first European exploration of this interior part of Brazil was carried out by expeditions from São Paulo in the 17th century. Gold was discovered in the gravel of a tributary of the Araguaia River by the Bandeirante Bartolomeu Bueno da Silva de Anhangra, 1682. The settlement he founded there, called Santa Ana, became the colonial town of Goiás Velho, the former state capital. In 1744, the large inland area, much of it still unexplored by Europeans, was made a captaincy general, and in 1822 it became a province of the Empire of Brazil. It became a state in 1889. The Brazilian Constitution of 1891 specified that the nation's capital should be moved to the Brazilian highlands Planalto Central, and in 1956 Goiás was selected as the site for the federal district and capital national, Brasília. The seat of the federal government was officially moved to Brasília in 1960. Goiânia, the largest city and capital, was planned in 1933 to replace the old, inaccessible former state capital of Goiás, 110 kilometers 68 mi northwest. In 1937, the state government moved there, and in 1942 the official inauguration was held. Goiânia is now one of the fastest growing cities in Brazil and one of the most livable cities in the country. It stands out as both an industrial center along with the neighboring towns of Anápolis and Aparecida de Goiânia, and as a cultural center for country culture and music, known as sertanejo. Due to the relatively large territory of the state, which was over 600,000 square kilometers, 230,000 sq mi, communications were obviously very difficult. The northern part of the state began to feel abandoned by the southern government and began a movement for separation. Local political leaders, many of whom were large landowners and were eager to gain important positions such as governor or senator and financial gain with the construction of a new capital, also encouraged the movement. In 1988, the northern half of Goiás became a separate state called Tocantins. Demographics. According to the age of 2010, there were 6,004,045 people residing in the state. The population density was 16.9 in/km2. Urbanization 88. 6% 2006, population growth 2.5% 1991 2000, houses 1,749,000 2006. The last PNID National Research for Sample of Domiciles census revealed the following numbers: 2,076,000 Pardo multiracial people 41%, 3,433,000 white people 45%, 329,000 black people 60%, 16,000 Asian people 26%, 15,000 Amerindian people 25%. Ethnic groups found in Goiás include Italians, Amerindians, Portuguese, Africans, Germans, Arabs, Lebanese, and Syrian. According to an autosomal DNA study from 2008, the ancestral composition of Goiás is 70% European, 30% African, and 0% Amerindian. Religion. According to the census of the Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics (IBGE) in 2010, 89% of the state's population was Roman Catholic, 7% were Protestants or evangelicals, 11% had no religion, 46% were Spiritists, 67% Jehovah's Witnesses, 1. 1% other Christian religions, which include the Brazilian Catholic Apostolic Church, Orthodox Church, Mormonism, and others, and 0.79% from other religions. Economy. The service sector is the largest component of GDP at 43.9%, followed by the industrial sector at 35.4%. Agriculture represents 27% of GDP 2004. Goyas exports soybean 49.2%, meat of cattle 10.5%, gold 9.1%, other meat 7.5%, iron 7.4%, leather 4% 2002. Share of the Brazilian economy 2.4% 2005. Goyas is a leader in the country in crop raising. In 2016, Goyas had the third largest cattle herd in Brazil, 22.6 million head of cattle. The number of pigs in Goyas was approximately 2.0 million head in 2015. The state had the sixth largest Brazilian herd, 5% of the national herd. Among the municipalities in Goyas that stood out, Rio Verde had the third largest national population. In 2016, Goyas was the fourth largest milk producer, accounting for 10.1% of the country's milk production. The number of chickens in the state was 64.2 million head in 2015. The production of chicken eggs this year was 188 million dozens. Goyas was the ninth largest producer of eggs, 5% of national production. Agriculture as a total represented 21% of the GDP of the state. The state of Goyas stands out in the production of sugarcane, corn, soy, sorghum, beans, sunflower, tomato, garlic, in addition to also producing cotton, rice, coffee, and wheat. In 2019, Goyas was the Brazilian state with the fourth highest grain production, 10% of the national production. Goyas is the second largest producer of sugarcane in the country, 11.3% of national production, with 75.7 million tons harvested in the 2019/20 harvest. The same year, it was the fourth largest producer of soy, with 12.46 million tons. It has the national leadership in the production of sorghum. It produced 44% of the Brazilian crop production in the 2019/2020 cycle, with a harvest of 1.9 million tons. In 2017, it was the fourth largest producer of maize in the country. The state is also the Brazilian leader in tomato production. In 2019, it produced over 1.2 million tons, a third of the country's total production. In 2019, Goyas became the leader of the Brazilian production of garlic. Goyas was the fourth largest producer of beans in Brazil in the 2017/18 harvest, with 374,000 tons, and has about 10% of the country's production. The state is also in third place in the national production of cotton. However, most of the national production is from Mato Grosso, and Bahia. Goyas has only 2.3% of participation. In sunflower, in 2020, Goyas was the second largest national producer with 41.8%, losing only from Mato Grosso. In rice, Goyas is the eighth largest producer in Brazil, with 1% of national production. Minerals are also important, with the state being a major producer of nickel, copper, gold, niobium, and aluminum bauxite. Goyas had 4.58% of the national mineral participation, third place in the country in 2017. At nickel, Goyas and Para are the only two producers in the country, Goyas being the first in production, having obtained 154,000 tons at a value of $1.4 billion. In copper, it was the second largest producer in the country, with 242,000 tons at a value of $1.4 billion. In gold, it was the fourth largest producer in the country with 10.2 tons at a value of $823 million. In niobium in the form of pyrochlorine, it was the second largest producer in the country with 27,000 tons at a value of $312 million. In aluminum bauxite, it was the third largest producer in the country with 766,000 tons at a value of $51 million. In gemstones, Goiás is one of the emerald-producing states in Brazil. Campos Verdes is considered the capital of the emeralds. The state also has known production of tourmaline. Brazil is one of the biggest producers of this gem and sapphire in a scarce mode. The strongest growing area in the state has been in industry and commerce. Goiás had in 2017 an industrial GDP of $37.1 billion, equivalent to 3.1% of the national industry. It employs 302,952 workers in the industry. The main industrial sectors are construction 25.6%, food 25.2%, industrial public utility services, such as electricity and water 17.2%, petroleum products and biofuels 7.4%, and chemicals 3.7%. These five sectors concentrate 79.1% of the state's industry. Goiânia and Aparecida de Goiânia have become centers of food processing industries, Anápolis of pharmaceutical factories. Rio Verde in the southwest is one of the fastest growing small cities with many new industries locating in the area, and Catalão is a metal mechanical and chemical center. In Brazil, the automotive sector represents close to 22% of industrial GDP. Goiás has Mitsubishi, Suzuki, and Hyundai factories. Economic indicators. Agriculture in tons, sugarcane 9.251, 798, soybeans 3.420, 653, corn 3.414, 601, tomato 759, 9, rice 352, 135, cotton 278, 363, manioc 255, 639, beans 200, 977, 1999. Livestock in head, fowl 80, 0, 0 EST. Cattle 18, 0, 0 EST. Pigs 1, 0, 0 EST. 1999. Minerals: titanium ilmenite 1, 624 T, nickel 52, 302 T, manganese 23, 242 T, cobalt 484 T, iron 199 brute tons, niobium pyrochloride 54, 953 T, gold 4, 512. 882 grams, silver 211, 917, 1998. Industry: food, metallurgy, extraction of non-metallic minerals. Statistics. Vehicles 1,610,972 March/2007. Mobile phones 3.6 million April/2007. Telephones 1.3 million April/2007. Cities 246 2007. Education. Portuguese is the official national language and thus the primary language taught in schools. But English and Spanish are part of the official high school curriculum. Educational institutions. Universidade Federal de Goiás UFG. Universidade Federal de Jataí UFJ. Pontificia Universidade Católica de Goiás PUC Goiás. Instituto Federal de Educação, Ciência e Tecnologia de Goiás IFG. Instituto Federal de Educação, Ciencia e Tecnologia Goiano if Goiano. Universidade Estadual de Goiás UEG. Universidade Paulista Unip Flamboyant. Universidade de Rio Verde. And many others. Infrastructure. National Airport. Modernization work will soon get underway at Santa Genova Airport in the northeast side of Goiânia. With nominal yearly capacity of 600,000 passengers, in 2004 it received 950,000. With its new terminal, it will be able to handle up to 2 million users a year. Highways. Highways in the Brazilian highway system include BR-20, BR-40, BR-50, BR-60, BR-70, BR-80, Rodovia Trans-Brasiliana BR-153, BR-158, BR-251, BR-364, BR-414, BR-452. Additionally, over 60 state highways run through the state. Main sites. Caldas Novas is a city located in the southeast of the state, where hot springs are located, being the largest hydrothermal resort in the world, with several resorts that use the waters of these thermal springs for therapeutic and leisure purposes. Some resorts in the city are inspired by the ancient Roman baths. The region attracts tourists from all over Brazil and the world. Chapada dos Veadeiros. It is an ecological national park famous for the diversity of its landscape and the richness of its fauna and flora. City of Goyaz is an internationally famous World Heritage Site. The city is notable for its historical importance and colonial architecture. Parque National das Emas. The Emas National Park is another World Heritage Site in Goiás. Pirenópolis. Pirenópolis is a city in the interior of the state of Goiás, known for its preserved colonial homes and steep stone streets. Cities. The 15 most populous cities as estimated in 2017 by EG. Goiânia 1. 466. 105. Aparecida de Goiânia 542. 90. Anápolis 375. 142. Rio Verde 217. 48. Lusiânia 199. 615. Águas Lindas de Goiás 195. 810. Valparaíso de Goiás 159. 500. Trindade 121. 266. Formosa 115. 789. Novo Gama 110. 96. Senador Canedo 105. 459. Itambiara 102. 513. Catalão 102. 393. Jati 98 128. Santo Antonio do Descoberto 9525. See city population of Goiás for table showing population from 1991, 2005 in the 37 largest cities. Cities with tourist interest. Sport. Goiás Esporte Clube was founded in 1943 and is a regular member of the top two divisions of Brazilian football. Flag. The green bars in the flag symbolize the spring and the yellow bars gold. The blue rectangle in the top left corner symbolizes the sky, with the 5 stars forming the constellation of the Southern Cross. The flag was adopted on 30 July 1919. It is a toned-down version of the original Republican flag of Brazil, in itself not original. Notable people.